Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
My mother, who's 80 years old, she lost her husband 3 years ago, which is my stepdad, and they were not ever in a financial great place. He tried to get on disability a few times and never wanted to hold down a job, and my mom worked underneath the table a lot, and she took care of elderly people. Well, he passed away, left her nothing, and their house is reverse mortgage, which is the worst. Yeah. So fast forward, my sister moves in with her and pays it for all the utilities and everything, her and her husband, and they moved down where my mom was to be close to their grandkids. So now her husband found a job far away in South Carolina, and now my mom is left with all the utilities and stuff again. And originally when my stepdad passed away, she was going to move in with my sister in San Antonio, my brother close to her, or she can even move in with me. I'm moving closer to her in about 5 months. So this was always an option. This is what she was going to do because we knew she couldn't afford the house. A few weeks ago, I had both of my sisters on FaceTime, and they asked me if I was able to pitch in for my mom to live in her home because she really didn't want to leave her house. Me and my husband have been on your baby steps. We stopped investing. We paid off our credit card. We will pay off his car in April, and then his student loans. We are so focused. We don't go out to eat, and we're so excited about it. And then we got this call. So I deliberated with my husband. He's like, Carrie, it's a reverse mortgage. Why would we throw in money into it when your mom has options? And this was the plan anyway, because she cannot make it by herself. My mom is 80. She's in great shape. She works out twice a day. She's on no meds. She will live probably a long life. However, you know, when I went back with my sisters with the reverse mortgage and throwing money away, they were like, okay, well, what if you do it for 5 or 6 months? And my husband was still like, we can do whatever you want, Carrie, but, you know, I don't think it's a good idea. She has ways of, you know, living, but just not in her home. The home is falling apart. So I feel bad because I'm the daughter that said no, and now I feel a rift.
Yeah. The rift is going to...
My brother who's 60 didn't get asked to pay some of the money every month because he is not great himself, but he does have a home that's paid for that he was inherited, that she can stay, but it's just small. So, of course, he's never a part of the equation because he's never had the money to help. So I said no, and my husband makes great money.
You're having your heart broken is real, okay?
Yes.
And trying to search about this fault and this person should have, and I can't believe they did. All of that is a distraction from just how much it hurts to find your mom in this situation, to find you and your husband in your own personal situation, the fact that your sisters are trying to clamor and change the plan to the last minute. All this is just, ugh. And you got permission to feel bad. My rule of thumb in these situations is always, always, always choose guilt over resentment every time.
Right.
If you start paying money against the plan you'll already have established, and like I said, if it was 5 months and it was going to clear my mom and my mom was going to be okay, I'd be all in. If it's 5 months and we're having this conversation again in 5 months and again in 5 months, then I'm making the problem worse long term.
And there's no guarantee there. I don't know what happens in 3 or 5 months.
Well, none of us do, but I'm less worried about that. Here's the deal. If you pay this money, every time your sister calls you and you see her name come up on your phone, you're going to get pissed.
Yeah.
Every time your mom texts you, you're going to get mad, and they don't deserve that. And that would be because you didn't hold your boundary, not because they exist. That's resentment. That's not fair to them.
And my mom would never, she doesn't even bring it up. She's never asked me for anything. She's not that type. She's letting my sisters do it. She's very sweet, gentle lady.
Yeah, but it sounds like she's also,
makes it even worse.
She's parenting from the one down position. That's the nerd word in counseling where there's the one up position, which is when you beat your chest like dads do, and they're like, hey, in my house, there's that. But then there's the one down, which is like, oh, okay, I guess I just won't eat. There's some pine cones in the backyard. I'll just eat those. And it's like, all right, Mom, where do you want to eat? Right? It's that.
Well, even worse. I mean, she is sweet and kind, and the sisters are feeling they have to, either she's not doing anything in the situation, so the sisters are like, we have to be the parents in it.
Or she's like, I don't want to call Carrie. Can you just call her for me? And so anyway, you set your boundary.
Right. And I have to stick with my husband in our plan. Like, this is my house. I have, 2 kids, and we're never going out to eat. We're just trying to hone in on our.
Well, you can't. And you can't save somebody else when you're
You're right.
drowning. So like that, like there is a realness and reality to making sure that your household is taken care of, right? I mean, if
Right.
if this was all reversed and you had $3 million in the bank and you're like, golly, should we help mom out? You know what I mean? Like,
yes,
like
help your mom out.
We're
Yes.
totally different. Like you have consumer debt. You guys are shifting the way that you're doing it. You're making progress within your own family to be able then to help people. But right now, it doesn't make sense. Do you have, Carrie, do you have numbers on the house situation? I'm just curious. And
well, it's only going to be $350 a piece from each one of us.
well, I mean, like her,
So
like the more, I'm asking like the more, like,
no, but see, there is no mortgage because it's a reverse mortgage.
So how much did she take out?
Insurance.
Yes.
It's her insurance and her utilities and so forth and so forth. And my mom has little bitty credit card bills that I told her she needs to get out of, like JCP, like small things. And I'm like,
yeah, but with the reverse mortgage, she took money out on the equity. Like, do you know, like when they applied for their?
I don't because my stepfather took care of all that, and my mom is just one of the people who just signs the papers. She just goes along with it, you know.
Because something is probably owed at some level of all of this.
Oh,
yeah,
for sure.
So
because if she leaves the house, she's going to have to just leave the house and let them get it back.
That's right. It's going to be their house. She's already signed it away.
Yes, right. She's already signed it away.
That's
It's been done. And the house is falling apart.
Well,
like,
listen,
literally.
Carrie, it's heartbreaking when you and your husband turn a corner and y'all start making plans.
Yes.
And someone in your family's hurting and they don't
Right.
care about what you think.
Yeah.
They just want your
Right.
money. They just
I
want
think
your
it's more
time.
like my sisters and feeling sorry for my mom.
Yeah,
and wanting
it's
her to
the
keep
sisters
her
coming in
sane
and
as long as
rescuing.
she can.
Yeah.
yeah.
And they see my husband graduated from college. He just got his master's and he's getting a promotion. And they see us doing well, and they think because my husband makes a certain amount and we're doing well that I think they think, okay, well they got it. Well,
That's right.
we blew money for the longest, and we're just now getting our stuff together, and now we're honing in.
Carrie,
and we have a plan.
Carrie, listen. You don't owe anyone an explanation. Period.
You're right.
You don't. The person I think you're wrestling with is you.
Yes.
And if you've drawn a line that you don't
All
believe
I
in,
had.
listen,
Yes.
if you drew a line that you don't believe in, address that. But if you believe in this, it's okay to
I
feel
do.
guilty. It's okay to feel upset. It's okay for it to all be hard. I get that. But you don't owe anybody an explanation. A simple, hey guys, we're not in a place to do it right now. We just aren't. We're
Yes.
digging out of a huge hole. End of story. Conversation's over.
Yes.
And they
I
get to
asked my
choose.
sister if she was mad at me, and she was like, well, I have some resentment, but, I'm not going to go backwards. And I haven't heard from other sisters.
I know, but Carrie, she's been mad at you your whole life, right?
True that.
Yes.
True that.
She's been mad at you forever. This isn't any different. She's been mad at you since
No,
you took her Michael Jackson record when you were kids or whatever. I don't know.
Yes,
like,
you
that's
are
just who
exactly
she
right.
is.
Yes.
So you can't live your life trying to make her happy. You know why? Because that finish line will always move.
You're right.
Your mom
I
has
appreciate
never
that.
asked for your financial help. She's never going
No.
to.
That's yeah.
Right?
No,
It's just going to be
she's
the way
never
that
going
is.
to ask.
Do
Right.
what?
And my mom will love me unconditionally.
Do you know,
Of
Carrie,
course.
if your mom, does she have any money? Like, is she really, truly surviving?
Absolutely. Truly. From paycheck to paycheck. Yes.
But
she
paycheck
has
to
struggled her whole
paycheck.
life.
Yes, but does she have money? Like, she's not working.
No, she's not working.
Did
She's,
her husband leave
She
an
has
inheritance?
she's getting some Social Security. He just drained her down even more. It was, he
Okay,
was
so
worse.
so the only income she's getting apart from family is Social Security. Is that correct?
That's it.
He didn't
That's
leave
it.
a life insurance policy or
No.
anything. Okay, and
No,
and
just
do you
enough to
know?
bury him.
And I'm curious, do you know the numbers of what the Social Security check is and what she needs to
I
live
think
off
it's-
of?
I literally think it's like she makes like $1,300 or $1,400 a month.
Okay, and I would be curious her
she-
bills. And I wonder too, Carrie, if some of this, I don't know if this would be helpful. Maybe this is how I kind of function. It's like a lot of the details aren't there, knowing exactly what is she getting in, what bills actually need to be paid, how much are the exact amounts. Some of that may help you in all of this because you could get through it, Carrie, and think like, oh,
It's $50.
yeah, it really is not as big of a deal as my sisters are even making it out to be,
Right.
right? So I think
Yeah.
the drama is there because of the family dynamics too. So I would get some hard numbers just for your own peace of mind if that helps at all.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.